of Aurora City? Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules, plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
A few minutes past 9. Thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. Welcome to Good Morning Uganda Extra. Robert Chirabonyo, but that is in case you've just joined, because we are always here from 6:30. I, Joan, and definitely Julie, plus Ruben and Pima, and not forgetting the people behind the camera and the big team that ensures we come to you every weekday. Now, the extra, I have a guest this morning, and that is the Senior Communications Officer at the Ministry of Tourism, the Ministry of Trade, Industries and Cooperatives. You know I love touring the country, and I've just been having a talk regarding touring, but it is Ministry of Trade, Industries and Cooperatives, and that is Khadija Nakakande. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, viewers of UBC TV. Thank you so much for having me this morning. Yes.
Now, to start with, let's begin with the obvious. That may seem very obvious.
Yeah.
Now, what does your ministry really do? It seems so broad. You have trade, you have industries, you have cooperatives.
The Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, as the name is, it is really a very huge mandate. We are the ministry that is responsible for regulating trade, both internally but also outside the country, looking at external trade. So we promote internal trade, but we also promote external trade. We are the ministry that is responsible for looking for markets for our products as a country. We are the ministry that goes out and participates in the trade negotiations. When you hear regional integration, blocks like the East African Community, when you hear COMESA, the African Continental Free Trade Area, we are the ministry that goes and negotiates for fair trade terms for our people that do export in the different countries. So we are the ministry that does also the regulations. We do the bills and the laws that regulate internal trade and also external trade. Issues of consumer protection to ensure that there's fair competition amongst the traders. That is all our responsibility as a ministry. So when you go on the side of industry, we are the ministry that is responsible for promoting industrialization in the country. We do the regulation, we do the licensing of industry establishments in the country. We do a lot of work in the area of value addition. As our farmers grow, we are the ministry that is responsible for ensuring that we add value to what our people produce in the country. And when we add value, we look for the markets for our products. Still in the area of industry, we are the ministry that is responsible for ensuring that what we produce as a country actually meets the standards. That our people are not consuming substandard products. I'm sure you've heard about Uganda National Bureau of Standards. That is an agency that is under the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. And it's responsible for ensuring that our producers in the country, our manufacturers, actually do the certification and meet the required standards of products and services. In the area of cooperatives, we at the ministry, of course, we do the regulation, but also the biggest responsibility we have is to ensure that our cooperatives are registered, they follow the laws, they have their own bylaws. We ensure that they are operating within the laws. We do the auditing of these cooperatives, but we also monitor their operations to ensure that the members are not fleeced by these managers of these cooperatives. And as I speak now, when you look at the number of cooperatives that we have registered, it's over 40,000. And these are legal entities that are operating. They're into agro-processing, some are into mining, others in energy, different sectors. So briefly, that's what I can say, what we do as a ministry.
Okay. Now, I know our viewer is well versed with the ministry we are talking about and its mandate. Let's move to the topic of today. That is the Africa Industrialization Week 2025. Khadija, tell us about this. Yes.
Africa Industrialization Week. We are very excited as a country because we are going to host the Africa Industrialization Week for this year, 2025. It was last year in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, when Ethiopia hosted last year's Industrialization Week, that we also submitted our request as a country to host this year's Africa Industrialization Week, and our request was granted. So Uganda is going to be the host, and the celebrations are going to take place this very month, next week from the 17th of November up to the 21st of this month of November. It's going to be a week-long celebrations, deliberating on issues of industrialization, not just in Uganda, but looking at the entire continent of Africa. So someone may wonder, when did all this begin, talking about industrialization? It was in July 1989. I don't know whether you were born by then. It was in 1989 when the African Union, the heads of state of the African Union, passed a resolution, and they designated the 20th of November every year as a day to celebrate the Africa Industrialization Day, with the purpose of bringing us together as Africans to discuss on Africa's industrialization agenda. After taking cognizance of the importance of industrialization to this continent, because we all know if Africa is to change the status quo in terms of transformation and the development agenda, industrialization is what is going to take us where we want to be as a continent, to stop being an importer but now start becoming an exporter of goods and services. So since 1989, we've been celebrating African Industrialization Day every 20th of November. And as a country, we've been doing it at national level. But in 2018, especially after we signed the African Continental Free Trade Area, that is when we said, the African Union said, no, a day is not just enough to deliberate on issues of industrialization.
Yes.
Industrialization is very important to this continent. So in 2018, it was decided that it wasn't going to be just a day, but an entire week of different activities, celebrations, discussions, exhibitions concerning industrialization. So since 2018, we have been, the hosting has been rotational. Different countries have been hosting the Africa Industrialization Week. So this year around 2025, Uganda, it is our time to host the Africa Industrialization Week. So many activities are going to take place. Like I said, it's from 17th to 21st of November, and we are going to be at the Commonwealth Resort in Munyonyo. Policymakers, industrialists, manufacturers, people into processing, our exporters are all going to converge in one place in Munyonyo, and we discuss the agenda of industrialization for Africa? What strategies can we put in place in order to drive this agenda that we are talking about? I mentioned about the African Continental Free Trade Area, because as a continent we realize that if this African Continental Free Trade Area is to succeed, industrialization has to be at the forefront. We need to promote manufacturing, we need to promote processing in order to feed this huge market of 1.3 billion people that we are talking about. So if we are to trade amongst ourselves as African countries, we need to trade in processed and manufactured products. So that is the agenda that we are talking about.
Okay, rightly said. Uganda, we've been blessed. We've hosted a number of conferences.
True.
And I think that is no longer something to be excited about because we've hosted and we are still hosting due to the peace, of course, that is prevailing and the exposure that we've gotten. But one thing that always comes to my mind, in this Africa Industrial Week, where does an ordinary Uganda, where does a Ugandan benefit from us hosting it? We've had these conferences, these weeks come, communiques are made, recommendations are made, and then we wait for another who simply goes to another country. So, yeah, you know, so how different, how special? Why should we say things are going to be different this time?
First and foremost, I talked about the people who are going to be part of the celebrations. The industrialists. You know, when we talk about industry or manufacturing, most people go, their minds go to the big ones, people who are making cement, people who are into making iron sheets, people who are into... But actually, when we talk about industry, we are looking at that person at from that lower level that is adding value to something. The moment you get something, you transform it, you change it, you add value to that thing, and then you make different products. You're already in industry. And for us as a country, the biggest percentage of our industrialists are actually the small and medium enterprises, the ones that we call the SMEs. People who are making juice from their garages, from their kitchens. These are part of the industrial sector. And when you look at countries that have developed and made strides in industrialization, that is where they started from. They started with the cottage industries, and that is a model that we are also looking at as a country. So we have quite a number of industrial establishments. When this government came into power in, that was 1986, we had around 81 industrial establishments. As I speak now, it's over 9,000, coming to 10,000 industrial establishments. So you see that there is quite a bit of development. So you've asked that how does the ordinary person benefit from this? First of all, as a country, Uganda, we are fronting industrialization, we are fronting manufacturing as a platform or as an avenue that is going to employ our people, that is going to take our economy to another level. We are talking about the 10-fold growth strategy, building our economy to a tune of $500 billion US. There is no way we can achieve that if we are not talking industrialization, if we are not talking manufacturing. So we want to bring the ordinary person, first of all, to appreciate and embrace industrialization, embrace value addition to the things that we are doing. We are an agricultural country, but how much are we adding value to the things that we are growing? I'll give an example of the maize or the matoke that we grow. You're a matoke farmer. You can still add value to that matoke, make powder out of it. We make biscuits. When you go to the supermarkets, we are seeing biscuits that are being made out of matoke. We are seeing that flour. We are seeing people who are baking cakes out of matoke flour. So this is the kind of value addition that we are talking about. You may not do it individually, but that's why we also encourage people to come together in cooperatives. Because when you come together, then you have the power, you have the financial muscle, you share ideas, and you are able to start up something. And for us, the message to our people, don't always think of starting big. You can always start small. and be a manufacturer and be an industrialist. Add value. Don't grow your maize and always think of selling maize in its raw form. You can always have a maize meal as a group or as few people and be able to add value to this maize and earn more. Because whatever you add value to, it will earn you more income than selling it as a raw material. So for us, we are bringing this message to Africa. Ugandans, it's time to wake up. Our farmers, it is time to wake up. Can we come together and add value to these things that we are producing? When you look at coffee, you've heard the president so many times saying, Ugandans, we need to stop selling our coffee in raw form.
Definitely.
We need to stop doing that.
They are robbing us.
They are robbing us. They take our coffee, add value to it, package it very well, comes back to Africa, and we pay a lot of money to consume this coffee. But we have all that it takes to be able to add value to that coffee. So you're seeing that ordinary farmer out there, that coffee farmer. You may say, I don't have a capacity as an individual, but come together as coffee farmers. You can be able to acquire this equipment. And government has also put in place initiatives to promote industrialization, to promote manufacturing. When you look at the capitalization of UDB, the amount of money that government has put in UDB is for our people to be able to access the financing and be able to add value to what they are producing and start up these industrial establishments. The industrial parks that we are setting up, right now we have like 8 which are functional. We have 22 which are in the pipeline. All these are being set up for our ordinary people to be able to acquire space and be able to do industrialization. And also an ordinary person, I am making my juice in my garage. This is an opportunity to network with industrialists, with manufacturers, with service providers from the entire continent of Africa, because we are bringing delegates, manufacturers, industrialists from across Africa. So this is a time to network. This is a time to get market for your products. So as an ordinary person, you're going to benefit. But also when we bring in delegates like that, of course, the hotels are going to benefit.
Okay.
They are also going to tour around. You talked about, you said you love tourism. So when they come in, our tour operators, the tour companies, they're all going to make money. Our transporters, they are going to earn money from the delegates who are coming.
So how many are we looking at?
We are looking at around 600 people that are going to converge at the Commonwealth Resort in Munyonyo, discuss, deliberate. We want to look at these strategies. How do we industrialize Africa? And the beauty about this year's commemoration of the African Industrialization Week, it's like we have like 3 functions in one. Number one, we have the D-Day that was earlier on designated. That is the 20th of November as the African Industrialization Day. So we are going to commemorate it on Thursday, 20th of November. But also we have a platform for women in processing.
Okay.
African women in processing. We are giving them a platform in this year's celebrations. Because during the African Union Summit, that was around 2022, that sat, a resolution was also passed that we need to address the gender gap in industrialization, in manufacturing. How do we empower our women to also join the drive of industrialization? And you know, women, when we engage in something, we are movers of things as women. And we have seen many of us that are engaged in manufacturing. When you look at women like they are dairies, she's making chairs. These are women that have done a lot of things. So we are giving the women in processing a platform in this year's celebrations. They are also going to deliberate on how women can be empowered, women can access financing for establishing in industrial establishments. How do we address the gaps and the challenges that our women are facing in participating in industrialization? Then still in this year's celebrations, we are also empowering our youth. We have what we call the youth startups. We have a forum for the youth because we have realized that the only way that our youths are going to get out of this unemployment, it is through engaging them in industrialization. to enable them to participate in adding value. When you look at this year's theme, it talks about transforming the African continent through sustainable industrialization, regional integration, and innovation. We have quite a number of youths that have come up with a number of innovations, but they have challenges on how to take these innovations to another step. And of course, most of them, it is usually the financing. How do I get the finances if I have an innovation to take it to the next level? So we have given our youth a platform where if you're youth out there, you have something that you have innovated, you have an idea, you have a system, whatever you have come up with, this is a platform for you. Come and network with your fellow youth from the African continent. Come and get the connections. Come and get the market for your products, for your services. This is a platform for you. So that is the beauty about this year's Africa Industrialization Week. So we have the women in processing, they have a forum, they have a platform. We have the youth, the startups that have things that they have never innovated, new things they have come up with. We have also given them a platform. And then we also have the Africa Industrialization Day. The other one is we have an exhibition.
Okay.
We have put a platform for our people to showcase what they are doing. Industrialists,
now, are they paying for that, or has Jesus paid for it all?
The government of Uganda has taken care of it.
Okay.
Yes, so we have exhibitors.
So if you want to exhibit, it's all about how do
register
they
with us. Register with us. Go to our website. Just type in the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. AI will take you to our website, and we have a QR code there. So use that to be able to register, give us your details, and we'll be able to accord you the exhibition space and come and showcase what you are doing. It's a good opportunity to showcase your products, showcase your services, network with the other manufacturers, producers from the African continent, be able to get a market. So this is the opportunity that this African Industrialization Week is giving to our people this year.
Well, we are still discussing the Africa Industrialization Week that will be running at Speak Resort Munyonyo, and everybody is invited. Come and see how far we've gone as far as industrialization, the various innovations that are happening in this country. Come and exchange contacts. Come and network. Come to the sea of opportunities that is going to be there for those in the industrial sector. Now, for now, allow me to take a break. I'll be returning. Just take some hot water.
It's all right.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning. Eat twice a day. Don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back from that break, and thank you so much for keeping it with UBC TV. I still have the Ministry of Trade, Industries and Cooperatives, and with me is Khadija Nakakande, the Senior Communications Officer. We are looking at the Africa Industrialization Week 2025 that is going to be held in Kampala at Speak Resort Munyonyo. Now, everything is paid for by government of Uganda. And there's so much that is going to be happening. But please just remind us of particular events for particular days in this week, so that one knows when to come in. And for these particular events, are they all open to the general public? Okay. That is critical.
Okay, first and foremost, we are going to begin the week on Monday, 17th next week, with a media breakfast. Actually, we recognize the importance of the media in promoting industrialization, because it is through the media that the information goes out to the people. So we shall begin the week with the media breakfast still at Commonwealth Resort Munyonyo. Actually, you can come and be part of this. So it will be very early in the morning from 8 to 9, and then we'll have an opening ceremony of the week, of the event, by our Honorable Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. And after the opening ceremony, now we'll go into the African Women in Processing Forum. The discussions will begin.
The likes of the better wines.
the Bella wines. There are so many.
There are very many.
There are very, very many. And we also have many that are coming from other African countries. So the women are going to be networking. They're even going to have field visits. We are going to visit the industrial establishments by women. Are you aware that we have industrial parks that are specifically for women?
I know we have, government has land allocated for industrial parks in various places.
Various places, but
Mbale, almost every,
now those are the genuine ones.
Yes.
But I think it was mid this year when government actually commissioned specific industrial parks for women. The function took place in Buyikwe, and Buyikwe is one of the designated areas where we are going to put an industrial park specifically for women and other areas. So women have quite a number of industrial establishments, so we'll be going to the field to look at these establishments. And then from there, we'll have out the breakout sessions. We'll have the youth coming with their forum to have their discussions and also network and see how we can push further the agenda of having the youth embracing industrialization. I will have quite a number of discussions on issues of value addition, issues of how do we promote standards. One of the things that limits us so much as Africa is because the quality of our products is still wanting. So that is one area where, as African continent, and even us as a country, Uganda, where we want to put a lot of emphasis. How do we improve the quality of our manufactured products so that we can compete on the global market? I told you we are talking about the African Continental Free Trade Area as a huge market for our products. But what are you taking in that market? Does your product meet the standards? So those are things that we are going to talk about. We are going to have discussions and forums on capacity building, on how to skill our people. Because if you're to promote industrialization, skilling is a must-do. So we'll have a forum on skilling. We shall have a forum and discussions on how to incubate our people, especially the youth, the women, train them, and then send them out to be able to establish their own industrial facilities. So all these are platforms that we are going to have from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then Friday we shall have a wrap-up. The exhibition will be ongoing from Monday up to Friday. People will be exhibiting, showcasing what they are producing on the entire African continent. Yes.
Now, very interesting when you talk about the youth as well. So for all these events, we have specific people that are invited. They're strictly on invitation.
Yes, we have sent out invitations for the people who are going to participate in the different discussions. Some people are worried. Of course, we can't accommodate everyone in Munyonyo, but we also have an option where you can sit in the comfort of your home or in your office at your business place and follow the discussions online. So the entire event from Monday up to Thursday is going to be live streamed on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and type in the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. You'll be able to follow us. Even now, when you go to our social media accounts, when you go to X, when you go to LinkedIn, we have directions on how you'll be able to join us in the discussions live. So you don't need to worry, even if you're not there physically in Munyonyo, we are giving a platform for those who will be joining us online, and you follow and participate in the discussions. Yes.
So that is another thing, technology has made things easy for you.
Yes.
And also, we've talked about the youth, we've talked about women in processing, we've talked about the big day, definitely.
Yes.
Now, at the end of this, when you look at our industrial sector as a country, let me take it on the continent maybe. How is Uganda doing in terms of industrialization?
Actually, Uganda, we have moved strides in the area of industrialization. I mentioned earlier that by the time NRM came in power, in 1986, I was in primary one then. We had only 81 industrial establishments. But as we speak now, there are over 9,000 in manufacturing, those in mining, in pharmaceuticals, in utilities. there are different subsectors. So we have seen a tremendous growth in the sector of industrialization. When you look at employment, approximately 1.8 Ugandans are directly employed in the industrial sector. I'm now not talking about those who are indirectly employed. Our industrial sector has become a market for our agricultural products, that we no longer have to sell most of these things in raw form, but we add value to them at home. So our industrial sector has provided employment to our people. When you look at the power that we generate in the country, 70% of what we generate is consumed by the industrial sector. When you look at the contribution to our GDP, industry is at 27.2. That is our contribution as the industrial sector. And manufacturing alone, which is part of industry, it's contributing 16.5% of our GDP. And in this current National Development Plan 4 that we started implementing this financial year, our target is to see that we move from the 27.2 contribution to GDP up to 31% of contribution. So that is where we are looking at. I talked about the tenfold growth strategy. How we are going to achieve that economy of 500 million USD is through industrialization. That is how we are going to achieve it. When you talk about our exports, what Uganda is exporting, 24% of what we're exporting outside Uganda is coming from the industrial sector, from the manufacturing sector. This cement that we produce here, the mabatis that we do here, the agro products that we produce in the country. The coffee, we are doing a lot of value addition on coffee, by the way. We have improved in that area because coffee is our second in terms of our export earning, second to gold. But these days, at least, we've tried to add a bit of value on what we're exporting. There's a lot more that we need to do, but at least we are moving in the right direction. So for me, in a nutshell, when you look at Uganda's industrial sector, there's been a very great improvement. When you talk about import substitution, we have managed to do it through industrialization. We used to import things like sugar, but today, all our sugar is manufactured here, it's produced here. When you look at things like salt, do you know that we used to import salt in the 80s? But today we no longer import salt. We are producing things here. There are subsectors where we have seen plastics, tremendous improvement. Go to furniture. I don't know where these chairs are produced from, but they look like boo-boo chairs. They look like they are produced from Uganda. So people have embraced products which are made in Uganda, by Uganda, build Uganda. So furniture we have improved, even pharmaceuticals. Today there are medical equipments that we, like gloves. We no longer import gloves, we produce them here at home. There are those essential drugs, the antimalarials, the panadols, the painkillers, Cipla. We are producing them at home. So we have seen a tremendous improvement. The construction sector, we are doing very well. As I was growing up, I used to see when my father used to have maybe a construction project, he would buy cement in bulk. But it used to be Bamburi cement from Kenya. But today you no longer see imported cement. We are using cement that is produced at home. The mabatis that we are using, all produced at home. So we have taken very big strides in industrialization as a country, and as government, there are initiatives that we have put in place to ensure that we promote industrialization. I talked about the industrial parks that we have put in place. We have created the roads within these parks, provided the electricity, access to water within these parks. So when an investor comes in, he finds a place that is already set for them to establish their industries. When you look at, I talked about the capitalization of UDB, that is equity financing. Government has done that in order for people to access the finances to set up the industrial establishments. There are incentives that we give to our investors, both local and foreign. Many times Ugandans say that we favor the foreign.
The locals feel they are left out, and there is a way you give so much to him who has.
Not really. Actually, the reason why we come to like UBC, we want people to get this information. When government puts place in, incentives, they are for both Ugandans and the investors that come in. When you look at these industrial parks, Ugandans are free to go and access space in the industrial parks. It's not for only foreign investors. When government is giving tax holidays, there are tax holidays for Ugandans, there are tax holidays for foreign investors. So it is a two-way. So, but sometimes people do not have the correct information. That is why they keep saying, these things are for the Bazungus, are for the people who come out from outside. No, it is for both Ugandans and the non-Ugandans. So we have those incentives that we give our investors so that they can be able to put up these industries. There are industries government is also trying to revitalize those that we originally abandoned, the Kilembe mines. Government is injecting in money to see that Kilembe mines actually comes back to life. Katwe Salt, it had died, but now Katwe Salt is back on its feet. It is starting to function very well. So government is also investing money in these originally abandoned industrial facilities in order to bring them back on feet. We are also doing the incubation of our people. When you look at Uganda Industrial Research Institute, it is incubating a number of Ugandans, especially the youth. If you have an idea, go to URI. It is just here in Nakawa. They will incubate you. They will give you the skills. They will give you the hands-on. They will give you the knowledge on how to add value and take your business to another level. So STIs, the Science and Technology Secretariat.
That is the STI?
STI, Dr. Musenero.
Okay, yes.
They are doing a lot of incubation of our people with innovations. So all these are initiatives to ensure that we promote industrialization. And like I told you in the beginning, that when we manufacture, when we produce, Ministry of Trade goes and looks for the market where you're going to sell your products. We go and negotiate the markets and you'll be able to sell your things. So there's a lot that is happening, and the journey to industrialization for us, we see light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, very interesting. Hope is there. If you have an idea, just go to the incubation center.
Yes.
You'll find the experts that will work on your idea to make something good about it. Then regarding markets, well, as long as it is quality.
Yes.
And of course, the issue of standards. If it meets standards as well, then the ministry is there to look for these markets, both locally and internationally. I think the only challenge you have is quality and international standards.
And quantity.
And quantity.
Yes.
Yeah, because most of the times I talk to some of the Ugandans, they will tell you there is ISO, there is this, there are those standards they talk about. And you need to have this label, you need to have this label, this is expensive. Even those in cooperatives, they will tell you our products, is it CS something to export coffee, then these ones. But of course, they come with benefits. You have those marks.
You need to look at the benefits first. Because we are operating in a global market. That means that you have to abide with the regulations within the market. You know, the things that we produce later on come back and affect our health. If you're selling something that I'm going to put on my body or put inside my body, if it doesn't meet the quality, then it's going to have a negative effect on my health. That is why we are telling our people we need to adhere to the required standards. Let's embrace certification. For example, now for our SMEs, the small ones, we have a program for them as Ministry of Trade. The fees for certification, we have taken it down so that they can be able to certify their products, because they used to complain certification is too expensive, the process is lengthy. It's a bit lengthy because we take it through different stages to ensure that by the time we put the product on the market, it can be able to penetrate Europe, it can go to the US, it can go to Asia, it can go everywhere. And of course, at the end of the day, it may cost you here in the beginning, but you will earn more when you have a quality product. So certification for us, it's something that we encourage our people to embrace. Let's go to UNBS, and the beauty now, UNBS has laboratories, regional laboratories. People no longer have to travel all the way from Kabale, all the way from Arua, coming to Boyogerere to certify their products. No, we have set up the regional laboratories in each and every region where our people can go and their products can be certified.
Okay, now Nakakande, before I let you out of here, let me just have your parting shot.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to speak to the people about Africa Industrialization Week. We encourage you to join us. If you cannot come physically to Munyonyo, if we haven't sent you an invitation, please, we are going to live stream all the discussions, all the forums that are going to be in Munyonyo. They are going to be live streamed on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and type in the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. Those who want to join us, we have also put a QR code on our website. Please go and register and be able to join the discussions on Africa's industrialization. Please allow me to appreciate our partners. We are not alone as Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. We are working with a number of government ministries like the Ministry of ICT, they are with us. We are working with government agencies, Uganda Development Corporation, they are working with us, the journey, UNBS, Uganda Free Zones and Export Promotion Authority, they are with us. AWIP, African Women in Processing, Uganda chapter. We appreciate you so much. The United Nations Association of Uganda, they are also with us. Uhuru Institute for Social Development, they are also our partners in organizing this year's Africa Industrialization Week. So see you in Munyonyo. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. That is the Senior Communications Officer at the Ministry of Trade, Industries and Cooperatives, Khadija Nakakande. We've been discussing issues regarding industrialization, but more so the Africa Industrialization Week that will be starting Monday at Speak Resort Munyonyo. Have the best of your day. See you tomorrow, God willing.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? But you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanation.
Be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning. Eat twice a day. Don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Fellow Africans, we stand at a defining moment for our health future. Across the continent, we face a rising disease burden, dwindling external financing, and fragile health systems that called for bold and united action. The inaugural Africa Health Summit that is taking place on the 14th of November at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds in Kampala brings together African ministers of health, technocrats, and policymakers to shape a new path, one rooted in innovation, solidarity, and self-reliance. Under the theme, Reclaiming Africa's Health Future, from Dependency to Sovereignty. This summit is more than a dialogue. It is a movement to strengthen local manufacturing, build scientific capacity, and ensure that Africa takes charge of our own health destiny. Join us as we work together to transform Africa's health systems for generations to come. I thank you.
Western Uganda and other people of God from every corner of this nation, get ready for a night of miracles through music. It's pure praise and worship of God is glory as Emily Kakuli performs live in Kampala. Kakuli will be sharing the stage with Uganda's biggest gospel stars, Trina Herbert, Musmeta Florence, Simon Milembe, Afande Johnson, Epi Romance, and many more. Tosubwa Emily Kakuli mu kire ky'essanyu n'ebyamagero. Jangu tuyimbe, tuzine, era tuyimusize wamu erinnya lya Mukama waffe Yesu Kristo. Emily Kakuli, live in Kampala, 23rd November at Mamerito Hotel, Kampala, right next to Nambole Stadium.
Following our earlier communication regarding the technical challenge that affected the transmission of some free-to-air television channels, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation UBC wishes to provide the public with an update on the ongoing restoration efforts. Our engineering and technical teams have been working diligently to resolve the issue and restore normal transmission. While substantial progress has been made, the process has taken longer than initially anticipated due to the complexity of the fault. We assure our valued viewers and partners that full restoration remains our top priority and every necessary measure is being taken to ensure a stable and reliable signal across all affected platforms. In the meantime, we kindly advise viewers to rescan their TV sets to access the available channels. This will ensure that